Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Riendeau of Bloomfield.
Day 4, Image Defined. Image is everything. That's the focus of our week in the Word as we think about the biblical truth that all humans are created in the image of God. We're hoping to understand what it means that humans are created in God's image and then consider the massive implications that has on both how the church interacts with itself and society in general. Now, so far we've seen that humans are the remarkable pinnacle of God's creation and we're crowned with glory and honor. All this is because humans are created in God's image. But what exactly does that mean? I mean, does God look like me, a middle-aged Frenchman with white hair? I don't think so. So what does it mean that we're made in his image? Let me share 3 general categories that theologians use to try and explain it. And those categories are what a human is, what a human has, and what a human does. So first of all, some scholars say the image of God in humans speaks to what a human is. The focus here is on the natural characteristics which humans uniquely display. Among these is our ability to reason, our conscience, human will to make moral choices, our ability to love, etc. I mean, let's be real here. Even the animal lovers among us know that cows don't go on prayer retreats, do they? No. And as much as we love our animals and as precious as they are as God's creations, they're still not made in God's image like we are. I'm reminded of an old Far Side cartoon where a dog owner is chastising his dog, Ginger. He says, "Okay, Ginger, I've had it. You stay out of the garbage. Understand, Ginger? Stay out of the garbage or else." Well, what does Ginger hear? Blah, blah, Ginger, blah, 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 Ginger, blah, 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 right? Humanity's unique ability to reason and make moral choices, then, is what some think it means to be made in God's image. Well, a second idea of being made in God's image is what a human being has. And specifically, these theologians tend to focus on our ability to have relationships, our relational connection to God and each other. This kind of goes back to that, if you were here 2 days ago, that us in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, let us make man in our image, right? God is a being who's in relationship with himself, 3 persons in one. That's what we believe is God is Trinity, right? And if we're created in his image, then we too, by definition, are relational and depend on relationship. Now, I'll come back to this, but we see it in verse 27 that God created humanity male and female, which also presupposes relationship, doesn't it? And I'll be coming back to that idea tomorrow. So some say it's what a human has. Some say the image of God is what a human does. Others say that us being made in the image of God focuses on what we do. Now, this idea comes from the fact that the creation of humanity is accompanied by a mandate to rule over the earth, as Genesis 1:26 says. During this time, kings would set up statues of themselves around their kingdoms as visual representation of who was in charge. So in this view, humans are God's visible representatives on earth. We're, if you will, kingdom ambassadors. It's through humans that God makes himself known and extends his reign through the entire earth. My own thought is that all 3 of these ideas, what a human is, what a human has, and what a human does, are probably all part of what it means to bear God's image. So the real question is, well, why does it all matter? So what? This is where the statement I began this series with comes into play. Let me read again this statement from the Association of Churches I'm connected to. It reads like this: "We believe God created humankind immutably as male and female to reflect and bear his image. As such, human beings of every ethnicity, age, ability, as well as the preborn deserve dignity, protection, honor, respect, and Christian love. Because of Adam and Eve's free choice to sin, God's image in all humankind has become distorted and relationship with God has become disrupted." There are 3 important implications of this doctrine of being made in God's image found in this statement. The first implication is the reality of fixed gender, male and female. Second, implication is that every human from the womb to the tomb is worthy of love and respect and protection. And third, the image of God in humanity has been distorted and needs restoration. I'll look at each of these one at a time over the next 3 days.
You've been listening to Pastor Andre Riendeau of Bloomfield, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.